This is the player card. Here are a player's motivations. How This is the development trait. This is the abilities tab. Here This player has a zone ability. This is a powerful ability that can be
My mic was muted the entire freaking time. Are you freaking kidding me? Of course it was. Why didn't I not thought so? So pretty much what I was talking about was the Falcons rebuild, and also I'm sorry that I'm making another Madden video. I am terribly sorry that my mic was muted. That is dumb of me for me to not realize that my mic was muted. I am terribly sorry. But anyway, let's get back to the point where I'm saying. I was talking about why in the frick are you drafting Bijan Robertson? I don't like people are saying this is like the best running back prospect since Saquon Barkley. Heck, even better. But why are you drafting a running back with your 8th overall pick when that's not even a position of need? Like I said, you had Cordell Patterson, but now it's Bijan Robinson. You could trade him. That's the problem. Why are you drafting Bijan Robinson? Available. That made no sense at all. Like, it really made no sense. Okay, so somehow we're 4-3, despite we literally have nobody on our team. No offense, but still. So, I mean, like, the Atlanta's playbooks are very good, though, I will admit. 6th in offense with 21st in defense. So I think I might want to consider trying to look for a different defensive scheme. Desmond Ridder, not surprisingly, because this scheme is, for some reason, just good. I don't know why. So I think what I might want to do is change the scheme and see how his numbers are going to be. So that's what I'm going to do. Like playbooks, and then I'm going to change it back to the original just to see how it works. Bijan Robertson obviously being the lead back with, I don't know how Tyrell Algier even putting up some decent numbers. It just sucks that he's Bijan Robertson, well, he's putting up that 2.9 yards per carry, which I guess kind of makes sense if you're on the goal line. Drake London with the most reception. Actually, not even the most reception. The most receptions goes to Jonas Smith, funny enough. But Drake London with the second most receptions with actually the most yards. The most touchdowns go to Van Jefferson and Max Hollins, which I'm not that surprised. O-line holding up its part, except Storm Norton, so we're going to definitely need a new tackle for sure. Our pass rush is alright. If you're only including these two veterans. But Dupree, I'm sorry, but you're only a rich player for me at the moment. Jalen Dawkins, decent backup, and I'm very disappointed with you. Interceptions. So Jeff Okudah with 3 interceptions. Good for him. So, like I said, good for him. We're going to be changing both playbooks. One, because I want to see how good he is and not in this specific playbook, because this playbook is stupid for some reason. 2 for Richie Grant, and then 1 for Jesse Bates and Jaron Dawkins. So, Richie Grant is very interesting, I think, though. I'm just curious to see if any player won Theory of the Week reward, and nobody did. Okay, that's kind of expected, though. So we are going to be changing both playbooks. The defensive playbook, I don't really know what's the best 3-4 defensive playbook. I think I'm just going to be running with Jacksonville for now, just because I don't really know on the top of my head which playbook is preferred. So, and I think I'm going to run... Do I want to run Carolina's offense? No, I don't think I want to run with that, because that's also very good, I think, as well. So I think I'm going to run Arizona's offense. Oh, I think we end up signing Taylor Warren. That's interesting. So we're going to go get Arizona's offense with Jacksonville's defense. So our defense should be better, but our offense, I'm hoping, could be worse. Well, obviously, I'm not hoping, but I'm just curious. Bijan Robertson is injured?
This player's development trait is hidden.
Since when my man was injured? And he's out for 3 more weeks, too. I didn't even know he was injured. Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. The last time he was playing was week 5 against the Texans, where we actually won. So, with him, we were, I think, 3-2. So, we were 3-2. which that means we're 1-1 without Bijan Robinson. So that really doesn't mean that much. But one thing I definitely want to start to do is to try to get some more depth, especially at running back. Like, running back is terrible without Bijan Robinson, because, like, it's Tyler Algier and then a fullback. Definitely not what I want. So we're definitely going to get, not like a good running back, but just like a decent depth player. Yeah, Bijan Robertson. I mean, not Bijan Robertson. Oh, God. James Robertson. Welcome as a new member of the Atlanta Falcons. Left tackle. You know what? Yeah, let's go. You know what? Sure. I was going to try to get Billy Turner, but Rice, Ramirez, sure, that works. I just want to see our contracts at the moment. I am going to keep it at quarterback because I am a little curious to see how these quarterbacks are. But, yeah, but also, the one thing I am curious to see is how much our offensive playbook gets heavily on how good our defense, or how bad, or how good the playbook, or the defensive playbook of how bad it is. Jeff Okudah is a bit interesting because I still want like another like 2-year deal with him. So I think what I am gonna do is offer him a lot of money, but only stay here for a 2-year deal. We are kind of close to Texas, I think, right? Isn't it? Aren't we close to Texas? Let me grab my phone real quick. I'm pretty sure we're close. I don't think we're that close, but we are certainly not that far away. I'm going to tell you that much. We're not that far away. How far is Atlanta to Texas? I'm honestly curious. So, it is a 15-hour drive. I did not thought that it was that far away. Alrighty then. I did not know it was actually that far. That I did not thought at all. Van Jefferson, do I want to bring him on a 1-year pack? He doesn't even want a 1-year pack. You know what? I don't care though. Even if you have interest, I am going to eventually replace him, which you won't have any interest coming back, so. Jawan Dotson, I definitely want him back. I mainly want him back just as a depth piece. And he is back, thank goodness. But, again, I just wanted him for depth reasons. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else could pretty much suck my butthole. Because I'm not giving them any money. So, I'm going to just sim 2 weeks. Week by week. And just see how good Desmond Ridder is out of those 2 games. When I'm changing the playbooks to Arizona, which I'm hoping that playbook is not as good as Atlanta's, and also see how good our defense is. Okay, so our defense did alright. Good enough to win a game, which is something that's important to note. While our offense, not surprisingly, only got 21 points. So, that's interesting. Now we're going against the 1-7 Vikings. This is interesting. I'm very curious to see how our defense holds up. Because this offense is very good, but their defense is absolute garbage. So, it kind of is interesting to see how this is going to work. We won, but again, it's not really the defense's fault that we almost lost that game. So yeah, it kind of does seem like Atlanta's playbook does hold it pretty freaking hard. I also might as well simulate this week. I might as well, just so I can do my main focus players. We're going against Arizona, who are apparently 0-9, so let's see if we continue that streak, or, as I thought, we lose. Another injury. How many injuries are we going to deal with this season? Oh my god. We are dealing with a lot of injuries. Matt Hennestein, out for maybe, I think, yeah, he's out for the rest of the year. He's out for the rest of the year. He's out for 2 more weeks, which I don't really care. But this guy, it kind of matters. Out for 3 weeks. out for the rest of the year. Don't really care about that much. Troy Anderson, out for the year. Dang, that stings. And he's out for the rest of the year. Good job. Just great. You know? Amazing. Alright, so let's see how our offensive defensive rankings are. I think our defense is a bit better, though. Our offense is somehow still in the top 5, which I think is very interesting, while our defense is still the exact same thing. I think it's very interesting. It's either our team was very close to being 22nd, or all the top 20 defenses are just somehow good. So it doesn't like fully 100% give me all the quarterbacks' ideals. So I think I am gonna 100% scout them just to see like how good are they. If there are top 5 talent, I think I might want to consider trading up to get one of them, just because they're top 5 talent and Desmond Ridder is not going to be that good. So, something to point out. So, yeah, but I'm going to go simulate it to the playoffs. Not expecting to make it. The only reason why I am simulating, because there is a chance that we could make it to the postseason. But I'll be seeing you guys in the offseason. Alright, so we didn't make it, but we were pretty darn close. We were 8-9, which was, well, better than the past 2 seasons at least. But again, we are not going to be like what we were last year, which was going and spending a ton of freaking money on free agents, which is something that they should have done in the first place. So yeah, as I kind of expected, honestly a little bit more than I didn't expect, our offense significantly declined from 4 to 10, while our defense significantly gotten better from 21st to 10. Desmond Ridder was very good this season, so that's good for him. Bijan Robertson, I give him a bit of slack just because he did miss some games. But the fact he fumbled the ball 2 times and didn't even play all of his games are very concerning. Tyler Algier, though, with over 400 yards is also a little disappointing, not gonna lie. Max Hollins and Van Jefferson, not even who I thought was going to have the most receptions, ended up getting the most receptions, the most receptions go to Jono Smith, who didn't even get over 1,000 yards. I don't know how, but he did. Drake London, though, he did end up actually getting the ball still. Bijan actually did pretty decent on the pass attack as well. Yeah, our tackles need to be fixed. For sure. I think outside of that, though, our O-line is pretty okay. Our D-line definitely needs some help. We didn't get a single player who had more than 9 sacks this entire year. That is a problem. A big problem that we're going to need to address in free agency. One of the bigger things I think of why this team sucked is pretty much just because of the factor we not had a single player who got double-digit sacks that entire season. That will need to be addressed, and it's going to get addressed.
Welcome to your franchise.
So, yeah. You could get the frick out of here. Thank you very much. So, let's try to hire... Yeah, Keelan Holland, no. I need coverage focus. Alright. Thomas Quinn, welcome as the new member of the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator.
Staff point. When some talent trees make you select a path.
I'm gonna fully upgrade this. I like the fact of having a good offensive line and stuff, because like really your only really truly good player is Chris Landstorm, so hopefully those two other players can develop with the 20% more training XP. We're probably not I think next year we're going to make it to the playoffs. I just don't think it's going to be this year. Kind of just because of the factor that we don't really have a truly good team yet. I also really like that all the stuff is filled out for him, so I don't have to fill all that crap out. It's very irritating sometimes. But yeah, this team, I'm gonna still try to be a little cautious with my money and just not go freaking on a freaking spending spree. So we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be doing that and just see how it goes, I guess. Hey, so we're going to simulate the off season, and I don't think there's anybody we want to bring back. So, and with $14.8 million, it should be enough to get one player at least. So. Wow. Well, I mean, Eagles making it to the Super Bowl isn't surprising, but the Texans making it to the Super Bowl is interesting. C.J. Stroud, I guess that's not really surprising when he's Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jalen Hurts wins MVP. I guess that's not also a surprise, but just seeing the Texans make it to the Super Bowl, which, by the way, this would then be their first season winning an AFC divisional round, making it to the AFC Championship game, and winning it, then making it to the Super Bowl. Now, the only thing they haven't did in franchise history is won a Super Bowl. Now you're up there with a lot of other teams that have yet to do things. And you also are better now officially than some franchises. Like the Lions. I'm not even going to lie with you. This team actually now is better than most, some franchises. Which I think is actually kind of funny. To me, is it's better than some franchises. Oh, so now we're officially at $57.2 million cap. That is not that bad. I'm going to admit that. So yeah, Calais Campbell, goodbye. Don't want to see you anymore. Unless this guy had started over. Still a somewhat decent overall. I guess I could took him, but no. Free agency. Hopefully we can free up some cap space and hopefully get some players to build this team around with. We need to fix our tackles. We just really need to fix our front seven in general. We got a lot of holes still, so not done yet. Yeah, there is no free agent that either has interest. And when they do have interest, I don't have interest. The most interested player is Mercedes Hurst. And I'm going to say this out right now. I don't really want him. But there is one player I want, which do have green interest, and that's Devin White. He's a decent linebacker option who can definitely learn some things on this defense. So I'm kind of hoping that it accepts the contract, you know? Like, we could use a linebacker. And nope, you went to Atlanta. Frick you. You know what? Go beat yourself with a towel. You know what? Now, with $57.2 million cap and 2 first-round picks in the following 2 years, there is not a lot we can do. I mean, I guess there's a lot of things we can do, I guess. But the one thing I do want to do is upgrade this defense. This defense is not the best. The secondary, I think I could deal with Carl Phillips III being our slot and AJ Terrell being our starting corner. Like, I don't think I really have any problem. Maybe Regine Grant in the future, but I think I don't have problems with that. It's just the front seven. This guy, like, I think I'm totally fine with. I just think I'm going to move him to right side linebacker, while we are definitely going to need to draft a left side linebacker. The rest of the defensive line needs some serious help. Like, we need, again, like I said, a left side linebacker. We need a middle linebacker, which is what really makes that signing suck that he didn't came here. Yes, we got, like, decent bridge players here, but they're not going to be starter caliber. So, we're going to need to sign free agents. Or, well, you know what? Let me just see here. Before we go simulate to the draft, what is our draft picks looking like? We do got some first-round picks, I know, for sure. So we have the 7th overall pick. Thank you, Atlanta. The 14th overall pick and the 25th overall pick from Pittsburgh. So we do got 3 first-round picks. I actually forgot that we had their first-round pick, and we also have 3 first-round picks next year. So we actually have 3 first-round picks this year and next year. So what we could do is move up or trade a player in the draft. Well, I would say trade player in the draft, but, like, trade for somebody. Yep, and not surprised, there is a top 5 quarterback in the draft. The question is, do I want to take him? Yeah, I mean, he got some good traits, I'm not going to lie. But minimum, or whatever that says, in accuracy, and him being 23, is a bit concerning. Not gonna lie. With his development in the future is like the one problem that I will have with. And that's also another problem. I don't think I want them to sign him to a long-term deal. Like, if he actually does turn out to be really good, he's going to ask for a long-term contract. He is going to ask to be a $1 million a year or like just a ton of money and stuff. It's like ridiculous. That's the problem. And I'm not wanting to sign him that much money. I just don't. So I think I'm better off running with Desmond Ridder or trying to trade for a quarterback than drafting one. Like, Patrick Mahomes, like, the one thing I do want to try to do is try to swing up a trade for Kyler Murray. This is just a team that really needs to, like, get ahead of themselves or just face the truth that they do not want Kyler Murray anymore. So, okay, so a first-round pick, I'm not surprised that it doesn't get accepted. But how about 2 first-round picks? This is where I bet you it guaranteed it's going to get accepted. This is where I might want to throw in Hollywood Brown. You got Devin White, you stupid bitches. Alright, so 2 first-round picks. Yes, this will be a lot for how much we got. In Marquise Brown and Kyler Murray. But, yes, Kyler Murray's contract is terrible. It is terrible. Which is why I am going to be restructuring his contract. Because, like, let me just, like, show you his money real quick. Let me show you, alright? Contract scale, $38 million. Actually, the most we're paying him is $42.6. Is he worth $42.6 million in 1 year? For just 1 year? No, he's not. Maybe around the 30s. I'm not gonna lie to that. But 40s, that's a little repetitive. So, yes, we will be decreasing his contract significantly. Like, I mean significantly by, we're decreasing his contract by $40 million. I am not joking around, because I do not want to pay him that much money. I just don't want to. Because it takes so much money from what we have from free agency, just like completely away. So, $40 million can at least like give us money, and also, at least we're gonna have money. So now we don't need a quarterback, which I guess is a good thing, because now we actually fixed the biggest problem, which is if we need a quarterback. Which, thank God, now we don't gotta fix that problem anymore. And also the good thing is that they're paying all of his salary bonus, which I'm pretty sure that's like $80 million for, well, his entire contract scale. So that's actually kind of nice. The fact that we don't have to deal with all that money is pretty nice, not gonna lie. But yeah, now we're back to $33.4 million because of the Hollywood contract and Kyler Murray's contract. And the great thing about having them both is that they both have chemistry, which I think is very important. Like, they actually know each other. So we're going to go back to Atlanta's playbook, as you would have figured. And I think this team could make it to the postseason. I mean, we have Kyler Murray, who should be a lot better, and Hollywood Brown, which is going to hopefully be the receiver that we need. Obviously, I still think we need another receiver. And Joan Smith, you are not the long-term guy at tight end. I'm just going to throw that out there. You are not the long-term tight end. And also, I might as well just cut you. Freeing up $6.5 million can be a lot, especially now with Kyler Murray around. Defense, we need to fix the front seven. That's literally the only thing that we need to do. Which that's going to take more than one offseason to do. I am just going to throw that out there. It's not going to take, we could just draft 7 defensive linemen. No. I mean, 7 front 7 players. That's not how it works. That is not how it's going to work. We are going to need to use more drafting capabilities to do that. And also, the one thing I would like to do is try to get, like, an outside linebacker who can also get to the quarterback, but also can play some decent coverage. That is something I definitely want to look, because then at least they're not, one, absolutely just a pass rusher, which is something I'm not a big fan of, not gonna lie. Especially, like, the reason why I hate 3-4 schemes is because when you have a linebacker who is more of a pass rusher playing coverage, it is terrible. Obviously, sometimes it gets people off guard, but at the same time, if they don't know what they're doing, that's not great. So, yeah. Bruce Johnson just got selected. Kind of stinks, because we could use some D linemen here. Both tackles are available. Okay, that is very interesting, because yes, we can use tackles, but there are a lot of positions in need here. There are a lot of them. Oh, this is yikes. I mean, at least we do get 2 picks to try to pick both 2 players. We can do that at least. I think one player that I definitely want to try to get is Austin Sheets. Yes, he has F in zone coverage, and literally what I just said, that does not apply with him. But at least he has C in man coverage. That's the most important thing to me. So I think I am going to draft him. And in development, he's also a scheme fit, which I think is very important to know, is that at least he's a scheme fit. That is something that is very important, who's honestly might help his development out in general. So, just something to note. So, they just take Brandon Ware, who's another defensive lineman, of course. This pick is going to be an offensive pick. We need to fix the offensive line. So let's start off by trying to take one of these two tackles. Or look at them, it matters. 23 years old. He has decent speed. Oh, for a lineman, I guess that makes sense. But great strength and decent, agility-wise for a lineman. But he is also A in power, run block, which I guess is kind of what the offense is, kind of more run-heavy. But while this guy is slightly younger, he is a little weaker, I think, but he does have he's more athletic, and he actually is a little more confident in blocking. So I think I am going to take him here. Hidden development, that was the most important thing to me, was hidden development. So yeah, he's hidden development, which that is a good thing, because I don't like drafting no linemen in a normal depth. They really do not develop that well. Next pick, I think we just go on the defensive line this time. We don't get... Okay, there is a receiver available. Okay, this is a different story. That is actually interesting. Deep threat. He's 5'11"? He's 5'11" and he has this much speed. Okay, I think I have to take it. Like, hidden development. 94 speed? That's actually a lot slower than I thought it was going to be. I know this is going to be like 96, but that's okay. 5'11", though. He's not that bad. Like deep threats in drafts, they're usually like 5'9", 5'8". This guy's 5'11". That's not that bad. So that's above average. That's pretty good to me. Now let's actually try to get a defensive lineman. Or look for a left tackle. That also couldn't work. Which, he is a scheme fit. You know what, let's see him. I'm curious. Matt Young, he is 23 years old. Big concerning. Solid strength, elite agility with a great acceleration. So at least he can be agility-wise. He does not have good power, but at least it's D, unlike the other guy. B, pass finesse. A, awareness. The thing that I noticed with him, he's more around, like, other around offensive lineman, unlike the other one. He is heading development. I was a little concerned drafting him, because I think he was going to be a guy I wanted to draft. Because he's a bit more good at everything, however, the other guy is good at one thing, and that's it. You know? So that's why I wanted to draft him. Jerry McGlinton out of Ole Miss just got drafted. But, unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be any good, like, pass rushers to try to draft. Which is going to be unfortunate, but it's okay. And there is actually a couple D tackles that I might want to consider drafting. I want to see some DNs here. There isn't any, but I want to keep an eye on Nick Glover. That's the guy I'm going to keep an eye on. Worker tough as well, so I guess I might not be done drafting afterwards. Just because there's some other players that would be interesting. But there are two D tackles I want. Maybe. Doug Nails or Spencer Wenster, or whatever his name is. 22 years old, he does have F in tackling, which I guess is a little concerning. He is solid in everything except acceleration, which is decent. So, and he's actually decent at going after the quarterback. So I think it's going to be C, which is okay with me. But this guy is interesting, because I just noticed his A in finesse moves. He is extremely fast. He honestly could play DN, really. You know what? Let's draft him. Hidden development as well. I mean, hey, the fact that we only drafted hidden development players is a good sign that this is going to maybe be a good draft. Actually, I don't remember. I think we did. Oh, I forgot. Stupid Chargers required us to try to flip from pick. Except that Chargers one, though. I think the Chargers one was worth it. Jason Spencer out of Clemson. But let's see if any of those, like, DN players I wanted were available. Well, that right one is certainly not available. Okay, so these two are interesting players. Ben Johnson and Richard Tuff. You know what's funny? His last name is actually a player that I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh used to have. He was like an 87 or something. Okay. There's a lot of take in here. He is poor. Like, he is literally a terrible off-the-edge player. But he does have an elite strength. Which that might give him, like, A in power moves or something. I don't know. You know what? Let's take a flyer on him. Normal development, that's what I expected. But 82 acceleration, honestly not that bad. And 90 strength. That is something though to point out, is that he does have 90 strength. So, and plus, we had to take a flyer on the DN. We honestly had to, because the fact we didn't draft one out of all of our picks, in those first picks, were very concerning. So, we needed to draft one. That was kind of just a hope he could turn out. Like I said, it is going to take more than one offseason. The only thing I think I have to complain with is that we did not draft a linebacker. That, I think, might be my only concern. Is that the fact we did not draft a linebacker. But that's okay, you know, because at least our offense should not have any more needs. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't. While our defense cannot be a main focus moving forward. While our defense actually made a turnaround during the second half of the season. So, draft recap. Oh my god. How in the fluffy world did he ending up falling down to us? 14th overall, he ended up at 78. Are you freaking kidding me? This is amazing. I wasn't expecting to get him in the first place, so I'll totally take that. And he's already the 18th best tackle in the league. That's crazy. 75 overall, 71, 72, some very good overalls, except this guy, which I kind of expected at the end of the day. But then we got a decent tight end in round 6 for Andrew Doug, so he could be not starting, but backup tight end at least. But I am curious, how good was this draft class, and how good was that quarterback question mark? I'm very curious. The best player, I'm actually going to us, so I'm very lucky that I drafted him. The one player that we unfortunately missed out on was Marcus McClatton, who ended up being, well, one of the best players of the draft. Who, by the way, actually ended up being, well, the second best player in the 4th round. Greg Springs ended up being a 76, which, at the end of the day, I think he might be better than Kyler Murray. But that is okay. 76 overall quarterback, so that was him. So there were a lot of 76s. With Devin Spittens, Turk Logan, Eric Adams. So that was the other tackle. So I'm actually a little lucky that I decided to draft him. So yeah, this is a pretty deep 76 overall and like below. There was barely anybody above that. There was like, what, 2 players? So I am very lucky that I ended up getting one of them, which was, again, the tackle. So let's just look at our recap roster. Our offense should be firing on all cylinders, except the part where we have literally no tackles, and our WR3 option is between 2 rookies. That is the only concern. Besides that, I think this offense should be amazing this year. And I guess it's the Kyler Murray being in the scheme. Defense. Still kind of low on expectations. I'm not going to lie with you, fam. Lorenzo why is he still playing as my starting outside linebacker? Get cut. I honestly don't care. Because I want my rookie to start playing so maybe he can develop into being a solid edge rusher. So, and I did not draft him to be... Oh, was he really an outside linebacker? Wait. Yeah, well, no, why the... Did I? Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. For some reason, I didn't move him to outside linebacker, right side linebacker to be specific. Yeah, that was the issue. So when I move him to outside linebacker, aka right side linebacker, he should be a scheme fit, which makes the scheme better. So that's something to note. So at least that's something. So we're at 90% scheme fit, so that's nice. Again, The only problems that I have are the DNs, because I still don't like these two, and our linebackers. I think I might want to consider making a mid-season trademark where I go and get a linebacker. Not like a big one, by the way. Like, we don't need a big middle linebacker. We could just use like a decent one. That's really all we need. Like, like I would say like a 75 overall. Honestly, I might as well just. I'm just curious to see if there's any free agent options. Just because we can use the free agents, or just I'm curious, because then I don't at least have to waste a draft pick during mid-season to try to get one. So that's the only thing I was curious. So the best outside linebacker, which I'm very surprised that there was a 76 available, and Denzel Perriman. You know what? I'll gladly take it. Welcome to the team. We can definitely use another linebacker, I'll tell you that much. So then let's look at these players. How is Armstrong available? Okay, that's interesting. But I'm not gonna take him, even if I kind of would prefer to. But I'm not going to take him. I kind of want to get OJ Howard, but I don't want to because I don't want to ruin the development of our rookie tight end. So we're going to go to the regular. I want to just, I don't really care about the first season. Sometimes I do think it does matter, but outside of that, it doesn't really matter that much, especially when you get to the playoffs. Like during the playoffs, I don't really think that drafting players matters that much as getting players in free agency. That's just my opinion. Yeah, it helps you with your long term, but we're not here for long term. We're kind of just here for building a team. Period. So yeah. Okay, I did not expect that, but we are 2-4. I don't know how we're this bad. Not gonna lie, like I mean, I'll give you this. If we didn't have a bye week and then we were 3-4, I guess I wouldn't complain that much. But I am a little curious to see how good our team is in terms of stats and rewards. So let's see here. So we're 29th in offense. That is very interesting. I guess I would expect growing pains since an 8th in defense. I guess I could expect growing pains to Kyler Murray because this is his first year in the scheme. But wow. He's thrown only 2 touchdowns, including subtraction with interceptions. Nice. Bijan Robertson and Tyler Algier, both averaging pretty good averages. Drake London, thank goodness, the most targeted receiver, but our tight end is the second most targeted. That's interesting. Who's a 69 if it weren't for morale boost. And Cornell Sluman, actually, another rookie, the rookie receiver, have the most touchdowns. I'm not surprised that Matt Young has the most sacks allowed, honestly, but the most important thing that I'm really happy about is at least our tackle hasn't allowed so much sacks. But I don't think he's been in so many games, I feel like he missed it. Yeah, he missed 5 through 6. Through injury, I guess. So the most tackles, thank God I guess I got him, and Denzel Perriman. Sacks, again, I'm expecting not many sacks just because we have a lot of rookies on our team. But again, the only thing that I'm very disappointed at with their sacks is how is he always ending up to not get so many sacks? It's actually starting to get really frustrating. Because I'm like, okay, he's gonna be the leader this year. We didn't do that. What about next year? No, we didn't. You know what's the most leader in sack? Our rookie D tackle. Yes, our rookie D tackle, and I'm pretty sure I drafted him during the 3rd round. Right? Didn't I draft? I know I didn't draft him in the 1st round. I know that much, but that's something that really pisses me off. How in the world does this guy have the most sacks? But he's a 3rd round pick. That's frustrating. That's extremely frustrating. To this guy right here. Most of the players, I honestly won't really give a crap about that. And the only interception we have this entire season is Regine Grant. It's 1. Not 2, 1. So we've only committed 1 interception this entire season. That's a problem. Okay, so I think our scouting focus is going to be DNs. But I already know something that I'm going to have. But I think I got to do outside linebackers. Just with how disappointing he's been for now 2 mid-seasons in a row with getting 1 sack, I'm going to, 1, trade him, and 2, hope to find a new replacement heading into the draft. Because this is very disappointing at the moment. So we have $125 million in cap, which I'm very surprised we have this much when we didn't really just got Kyler Murray, but who cares? A.J. Terrell is going to be the biggest signing, I think, out of them all. Because we need to get him back immediately. Why do you want a mentor at the position? You don't need one. So I did overpay him, but I knew he didn't even ask that much money, which I think was very interesting. Regine Grant, I think this is going to be a guy I might only want a 2-year deal. Because I just don't think I want him for very long. He's more likely going to just be a short-term option. He wants a more long-term deal contract. Okay, I think I might want to trade him. It's unfortunate, but to say, you want more money? Are you freaking kidding me, center? You're a 76 overall. Shut up. Seriously. Regine Grant and the other guy. 2 players we are definitely going to be trading. I'm getting tired of these suckers. I know he's the only one with an interception, which I give him a bit of a benefit of the doubt. But that don't mean anything to me. It really don't. Alright. Arizona. 1st round pick. I'm not even actually expecting it, but let's see here. Now, how about your 31st overall pick? I think this might get accepted. Which is from the Kyler Murray trade, as you did not know. Alright, so we traded those 2 players for exchange of the 31st pick. Now, since we technically have 3 first-round picks now this year, let's try to trade... Do I want to trade New Orleans' first-round pick? I don't know. I'm telling you this. We're getting an edge rusher. And at right side linebacker, no matter what. because I'm not about to be letting Liam alone having the role as being the outside linebacker. No. We are going to be trading one, and he is going to stay as that starting edge rusher for that position. For hopefully the rest of the rebuild. Okay, so there is literally nobody that I'm interested in trying to trade for, except Brian Burns, but the problem is Brian Burns is going to be incredibly hard to get. I guess Alex Highsmith, but still, at the same time, he's going to be still hard to get. Without trying to trade one of my first-round picks. Without. Second and a fourth-round pick. See? Boom. Halfway. Let's see here. Marquise, you want Marquise Brown. How about no? You are not getting that. Hell no. Hell no. I am not about to be trading freaking that much for an edge rusher that is, well, not that bad, but still. No, I'm not trading it. Okay, so 2 fourth-round picks. How about that? For Genoa Wilson. Trade accepted. Steal. I would say steal right there. So now we actually have a pass rusher. Now let's hope that this guy can generate pass rush and not just be a quote-unquote pretender. So we're going to simulate to the playoffs. Hopefully we make it as a 9-8 record. Like, if we don't get at least an 8-9 record, the season's a disappointment, in my opinion, in that matter. And we made it 5-12. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, this is actually like a joke. I feel like this is a joke. I just traded a Genoa Wilson for 2 fourth-round picks. Just for us to go win 3 more games the rest of the season. That is actually really annoying. Really annoying. So, we had one of the worst offenses this year. And one of the worst defenses this year. Kyler Murray, honestly, he didn't even do that bad. Can't even blame you. But that performance, if that carries on for next year, I'm going to need to think to get a quarterback. And that is something I don't want to do again. I don't want to continue this endless cycle of getting a new quarterback every freaking year. I don't want that to happen. Bijan Robertson did pretty good. I think everybody did pretty good for averaging yards per carry. Drake London actually did pretty good, and somehow our rookie tight end has the most receptions out of the entire roster. I'm not going to complain, but I don't know why he does. But yeah, there were definitely some interesting things out of the group. 17 sacks from that That is a yikes. That is a yikes. That's pretty much an average of 1 sack per game. Yikes. Same thing for him. That's pretty much an average of a sack per game. Again, Denzel Perriman, I feel so bad for you. You did not deserve this. You know what I also don't deserve? You know who also didn't deserve this? Both Shannon Webster and Ageno Olosu both got 6.5 sacks, which unfortunately, we're still going to need to get another pass rusher. Because Ageno Olosu, I don't think might be that guy. And that's a bit of a problem. So now I just traded, well, at least I just traded 2 4th-round picks. That's not the end of the world. Trading 2 4th-round picks wasn't an end of the world. Like, yeah, that's still a problem. But it isn't as bad as what it could have been. Like, trading Alex Highsmith for, like, let's say, like, only for 8 sacks this year. And, like, how much would they were asking for? Like, a 1st and a 7th? Or not a 1st and a 7th, actually. Not even that. 1st and a 4th? That would have been ridiculous. Genuinely ridiculous. Because I would be expecting you to be, like, a double-digit sack leader that could completely change my defensive line. Am I ever expecting that for a player who I'm trading for a first-round pick, especially in their first year? No. But if I'm trading a first-round pick that was a top 10 pick, that will be a different story. Boost press on corners. Yes, please. We can definitely use that. Because maybe our secondary is kind of like I'm hoping that this is not what signs are to come. That is what it is. We are going to be making some trades. We are going to make some cuts. We are about to be making a lot of crap happen that I don't know if that's going to happen. So let's just, see. Apparently, I think somebody got Superstar or Superstar X Factor. You never know. Oh! So we drafted with, I think, our 2nd-round pick or something? I don't remember. Superstar. Nice. Defense, I know we drafted someone, at least one player. Defense. Yeah, it's Superstar X Factor. Okay. Good. I'm happy, but at the same time, not happy. Because still got all these freaking needs around the roster, don't we? Yeah, so linebacker's still the biggest need. I want, DN is a need, linebacker's a need, now strong safety is a need. But outside of that, we don't really have a need. And I guess maybe depth at receiver, that could be a need. But I think outside of that, we're fine. Maybe we could use an actual tight end, no offense. But we could use a better tight end. But outside of that, there's not really any needs on this roster, I think. And the Saints end up winning this. Good job, Saints. Unfortunately, though, we didn't win a Rookie of the Year with our tight end or receiver, which I guess receiver wouldn't have made any sense, but again, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm, very surprised, though, at the fact that we won a Super Bowl. So, but anyway, I am gonna end the video here, just because, I'm kind of getting bored of this. I will be making part 2, though, I promise. But anyway, peace.